Hey everyone, AYBL Main here. Just wanted to take a little bit of a time and to highlight some albums that I ran across on my 1001 albums that I wanted to listen to during the pandemic. I listened to so much new material, and it was great to be exposed to things that I never would have thought to listen to before. And I just wanted to take time to highlight about 10 of those albums that I thought were just tremendous. I added most of them to my collection. I think I'm missing one of the 10 that I'm going to highlight, and I'll talk about that one when I get to it. But let's go over some of them. It's just been a great journey. I picked up Howling Wolf, Moaning in the Moonlight. Really got into blues. My best friend Scott Gordon, he really gets me into blues and keeps me up to date on it. You know, he made me listen to some Robert Johnson and then Scrapper Maxwell and yeah, Muddy Waters, and then Howling Wolf, of course, Lightning Hopkins. But this album, guys, is just tremendous. There's not a filler track on here. Obviously, it's a collection of some of his works, like in between, I think it was 61 and 64, maybe. I may be wrong there. Someone will tell me if I am. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. Also, a top 50 album for me now is Bill Withers' Just As I Am. Great discovery for me. So many good songs on here, guys, and not just Ain't No Sunshine. Hope She'll Be Happier is still one of my favorite songs. You've got to check out the whole album. It is just so tremendous. Bill Withers sings right from his soul. It's just something you just don't run across in modern music nowadays, is the type of heart that goes into a person's lyrics and his delivery of the song. It's just great. I picked up recently was the Marvin Gaye Trouble Man soundtrack. I'll be honest, I picked it up because the Falcon in Captain America and the Winter Soldier told Steve Rogers that he should listen to it, and then later on they referenced it again, I think, in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series as well. But it does. It's a great highlight of Marvin Gaye's musical talent in general. A little bit of jazz and experimental stuff going on with the blues and some R&B. It is just so sweet and nice, guys. I highly recommend this album. I was so lucky just to be like thumbing through an old pile of records, and there it was, just sitting there, and it's in awesome shape, and I picked it up. I'm just so psyched about that. Keeping with the soul, I have a neo soul artist that I wanted. This is the album that I want to get. Is by Michael Kiwanuka. This is actually his self-titled, even though it's like his third album. Oh, I can't even say enough about it, guys. The whole album is just tremendous. I've Been Dazed is such a great song. You need to listen to that for sure. Definitely check it out, guys. If you haven't heard of this guy, definitely look him up. It's a great album all the way through. I think it came out in 2018, so it's a little bit of a newer album. Also for me is a band that I never thought I would like, because I never really liked some of their first things that they had, but it was the band Brand New, and this is the one called the Devil and God Raging Inside Me. It is such a good concept type of album. Great music. I tried to get past some of the delivery. Sometimes the guitars and the musical works can be a little harsh, and you feel like you just can't get past that. But I'm telling you, if you just focus in on the lyrics and the heartfelt delivery from the band, it is a great album. I highly recommend it. If you're into alternative, indie rock, garage rock, definitely listen to that album. I'm really glad that I took time to discover it. Also, a big discovery for me in the last year is Britpop. I even had a Britpop top 10 that was featured on Reactions to the Classics. You can I'll put their link down below here. Great album is Pulp's Different Class. Got me really exposed to the highlights of what Britpop could really sound like. If you haven't heard that album, definitely check out Disco 2000, Common People. William Shatner on his album actually did a cover of that song. It's a great representation of Britpop, and there's so many other artists that if you're interested in it, I can definitely put some other suggestions down below if you ask me for it in the comments. It's not a problem at all. A band I discovered here in the last year also is a band called The War on Drugs. They have had several albums, and some of their members have kind of veered off and done their own thing. I believe like Kurt Vile, people like that. But they had an album in 2017 called A Deeper Understanding. Yeah, it was like songs that he wrote when he was on tour. He suffered a back injury, and some of the stuff that he came up with was just, oh, it's just so surreal, and has this great, sorry guys, great aura sound that I really like. A song called Thinking of a Place and Strangest Thing. Those are great songs. I know some of these songs are a little lengthy. You're going to see them, you're going to go, wow, that's 11 minutes long, Brian. I'm not going to listen to that. Take time to listen to it. It's a great album. I think it ranked 100 on Rolling Stone's top 100 for the whole decade of the 2010s, so it's worth checking out. I gotta get a drink here. I'm not used to talking for more than 5 minutes, right? So another band to check out is Wooden Shjips. It's a neo-psychedelic rock band. Think you'll really like them. It's called Back to Land. The title track is really tremendous. I want you to listen to the whole album, though. I know there's been some comments that the lyric, the singing seems to be offset way in the background to the actual music. But I'm such in love with the neo-psychedelic sound of rock music in the 2010s that I got really past that, and it's good. You should check it out. Another band I discovered in the last year is, well, I knew about the band, but I never had the album, Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies. This Will Be Our Year is my favorite song off of there. Most people know Time of the Season. That's great. That's perfectly fine. Definitely check that out. That busted into my top 25 once I listened to the whole album, so I definitely highly recommend that. Yeah, a little bit of just regular rock and roll, a little bit of psych rock, a little prelude to some of the early glam rock that may come out in the early 70s, so it's definitely worth checking out. Last band is the Kinks. This one are the Village Green Preservation Society. I've listened to like maybe 8 Kinks albums. What I like about them is that all their albums sound really different. The vocals may sound a little bit of the same, but the delivery and the concept of the albums are always very different. I really took to this album in particular. Author is probably my next favorite album by them. Maybe Lola versus the Power Man, I believe the album is called, might be the third one. But yeah, Village Green Preservation Society is definitely one that you need to own. Title track is really great. It's kind of it's overall concept album, kind of in and of itself. You'll really enjoy it if you check it out. These are just 10 guys, 10 albums that I really enjoyed in my journey. I'm not saying that you'll enjoy them, but I always say, don't calcify your taste when it comes to music. Branch out a little bit, make yourself a little bit uncomfortable. Something I always preach to my basketball players. That's the way you grow. So reach out and enjoy music. So that's all I got for you guys. You guys have a good day. And again, it's my anniversary today, so feel free to leave some comments below.